Israel's Netanyahu acknowledges the pager attack, saying he sees eye to eye with Trump on Iran. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at the commemoration ceremony for soldiers killed during the 2014 Gaza war at the Memorial Hall on Mount Herzl in Jerusalem on July 16, 2024. CNN: Israel has for the first time confirmed that it was behind the operation in September to detonate hundreds of pagers used by Hezbollah in Lebanon. Israeli media on Sunday reported that Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu told his cabinet the beeper operation and the elimination of Hezbollah's leader Hassan Nasrallah were launched despite the opposition of senior officials in the security establishment and the political echelon in charge of them. An Israeli official confirmed those remarks to CNN, the first time Israel has acknowledged its role. The decision by the government to brief Israel's media on Netanyahu's remarks and by extension confirm Israel was behind the operation appeared to be another chapter in the domestic political machination that has dominated Israel in recent weeks. Israeli media interpreted the praising as implicit criticism of Israel's military leadership and the intelligence establishment, as well as then Defense Minister Yoav Gallant, whom Netanyahu fired on Tuesday. The Israeli government is facing multiple criminal probes, including over allegedly leaking falsified intelligence report to the international media. The Prime Minister's office denies wrongdoing. On September 17, thousands of explosions struck Hezbollah members, targeting their pagers and then walkie-talkies. A day later, the blast killed at least 37 people, including some children, and injured nearly 3,000, many of them civilian bystanders, according to Lebanese health authorities. Many of them civilian bystanders. The day after pagers began exploding across Lebanon, Gallant seemed to acknowledge his country's law. The IDF brings excellent achievement together with Shin Bet, together with the Mossad. All the bodies and all the framework and the result are very impressive result, he said on September 18 during a visit to the Ramat Dave Air Force Base in northern Israel. Very good talks with Trump. The acknowledgement of the pager attacks came as Netanyahu said he had spoken 3 times in recent days with U.S. President-elect Donald Trump. Speaking ahead of the cabinet meeting Sunday, Netanyahu said there were very good and very important conversations aimed at strengthening the solid alliance between Israel and the United States. He added, "We see eye to eye on the Iranian threat in all its aspects and the danger it poses. We also see the great opportunities before Israel in peace and expansion and in other areas." The people gather outside the American University of Beirut Medical Center after more than 1,000 people, including Hezbollah fighters and medics, were wounded when the pagers they used to communicate exploded across Lebanon on September 17, 2024. Netanyahu also referred to event in the Netherlands last week when Israeli football fans were subjected to anti-Semitic abuse and violence. "We will never allow the horrors of history to repeat. We will never surrender to neither anti-Semitism nor terrorism," Netanyahu said. A clear line connects the two recent anti-Semitic attacks against Israel on Dutch soil, the criminal legal attack on the state of Israel in the International Court of Justice in The Hague, and the violence of criminal attack against the Israeli citizens on the streets of Amsterdam, Netanyahu said. In May, the chief prosecutor at the International Criminal Court applied for the arrest warrant against both Netanyahu and then Defense Minister Yoav Gallant, saying they bore criminal responsibility for war crimes and crimes against humanity. Netanyahu added, "We will continue to defend our country and our citizens on all fronts against every threat, with the Iranian threat at the forefront." On Sunday, Israel advised its citizens to avoid attending sports and cultural events involving Israelis outside the country following the attacks in Amsterdam. In a public advisory alert, Israel's National Security Council warned of alleged calls to harm Israelis and Jews under the guise of protest and demonstrations exploiting gathering events such as sports and cultural events to maximize harm and media exposure. The NSC suggested that these planned attacks could take place in Belgium, the United Kingdom, and France. It told the Israelis to particularly avoid the upcoming France-Israel soccer match in Paris on Thursday. Israelis have also been warned to stay away from protests and demonstrations, to take extra care to conceal identifying Israeli Jewish symbols.